For centuries, one disease played a significant role in shaping human history, inspiring fear, suffering, and scientific advancement. Smallpox, caused by the variola virus, harmed populations across continents, but also sparked one of the greatest achievements in medical history. In this video, we will explore the origin, symptoms, and the eventual eradication of one of humanity's greatest enemies. Smallpox was a highly infectious disease caused by the variola virus. While its exact origin remains unknown, physical evidence suggests it may have existed for at least 3,000 to 3,500 years. Lasting scars resembling smallpox have been found on Egyptian mummies, dating back to around 1500 BCE, indicating the disease was present long before written records. The first known written descriptions of a disease resembling smallpox appeared in China in the 4th century CE, followed by similar accounts in India by the 7th century and in Asia Minor by the 10th century. These historical records, combined with physical findings, paint a picture of a disease with deep and devastating roots in human history. Smallpox was one of the deadliest diseases in human history, with an estimated case fatality rate of approximately 30%, meaning about 3 in every 10 infected individuals died. There were two main types of smallpox. Variola major, the more common and severe form, had a fatality rate of around 30%, and variola minor, a milder strain, had a much lower fatality rate, typically under 1%. To combat the disease before the development of modern vaccines, early civilizations practiced variolation, a deliberate exposure to a small amount of the virus. This method was used in China, India, and the Ottoman Empire, centuries before it reached Europe in the early 18th century. While still risky, variolation was significantly safer than contracting smallpox naturally. The death rate from variolation was only about 1 to 2%, making it an important early step in disease control and paving the way for future breakthroughs in immunization. The next major breakthrough in the fight against smallpox came in 1796, when English physician Edward Jenner conducted a groundbreaking experiment that would lead to the development of the world's first vaccine. To test his theory, Jenner took material from a cowpox sore on a milkmaid named Sarah Nelms and inoculated an 8-year-old boy, James Phipps. When Phipps was later exposed to smallpox, he did not get sick. Jenner published his findings in 1798, and this technique quickly gained international attention. The term vaccine comes from the Latin word vacca, meaning cow, in honor of the cowpox connection. Over time, the virus used in vaccines shifted from cowpox to vaccinia, a related virus whose exact origins are still debated. Vaccinia became the standard virus for smallpox vaccination. Early vaccination campaigns often used a technique known as arm-to-arm transmission, where lymph fluid from a vaccinated individual was transferred directly to another person. This method helped scale the effort before mass vaccine production was possible. Smallpox has a long and painful clinical course, broken into several distinct stages. After exposure, symptoms typically begin to appear between 7 to 19 days later, with an average of 10 to 14 days. During this incubation period, the person is not yet contagious. Stage 1. The first symptoms arrive suddenly. A high fever, intense head and body aches, and even vomiting may occur. Although it's early in the infection, this stage is often debilitating, leaving many too sick to work or function. Stage 2. Next comes the early rash, the most contagious phase. It begins with red spots in the mouth and on the tongue. These soon turn into open sores, spreading the virus throughout the respiratory and digestive systems. As the mouth sores break open, a rash appears on the skin, starting on the face and spreading across the body within 24 hours. By day 4 of the rash, the skin sores fill with thick fluid, often forming a distinct dent in the center. At this point, the fever may spike again and remain high until scabs begin to form. Stage 3. The pustular stage lasts about 16 days. Though still contagious, it's less infectious than earlier stages. The sores harden into pustules, firm to the touch, like peas under the skin. After about 5 days, they start to crust over, forming scabs. By the second week after initial symptoms, most sores have turned to scabs. Over the next 6 days, the scabs begin falling off, leaving scarring in many cases. Once all scabs have fallen off, the person is no longer contagious. The end of smallpox is a story not just of science, but of people. The final known cases each played a key role in marking the close of one of history's deadliest chapters. At just 2 years old, Rahima Banu became the last known person to contract variola major, the severe form of smallpox. She lived in a rural village in Bangladesh, where the World Health Organization launched an immediate ring vaccination campaign, immunizing everyone in the area to prevent further spread. Her case marked the final naturally occurring instance of variola major. Rahima went on to live a quiet life in Bangladesh, occasionally mentioned in public health circles as a living symbol of the disease's eradication. As a hospital cook in Somalia, Ali Malan contracted variola minor, the milder form of the disease. He had never been vaccinated and likely became infected while accompanying smallpox patients. His case was certified by the World Health Organization as the last known natural transmission of smallpox. He later dedicated himself to public health efforts in Somalia, working with polio eradication campaigns, until his death in 2013. A medical photographer working at Birmingham University Medical School in the UK, Parker became the last person to die from smallpox. She was exposed during a lab accident involving smallpox research. Despite intensive care, she passed away on September 11, 1978. Her death highlighted the ongoing risks of handling dangerous pathogens, even after natural transmission had ceased. In response, major reforms were introduced in laboratory safety protocols, and the UK government enforced stricter regulations for high-containment research facilities. In 1980, the World Health Organization declared smallpox officially eradicated, a historic achievement made possible through global cooperation, relentless vaccination efforts, and surveillance. Today, this milestone reminds us of what's possible when nations unite for public health. As we face new challenges like vaccine equity and recent pandemics like COVID, the legacy of smallpox eradication continues to guide and inspire modern global health strategies.